Hey everyone, Classic DM. I haven't been here for a while. Boy, it's been a busy year, but 2024 is upon us, and this is the 50th anniversary of the original Dungeons and Dragons. And so, you know, this means we got to plan out what we're going to do that's going to be totally cool for the whole year. And what better way to do that than to kind of see what Wizards of the Coast and D&D are supposed to be doing on their own volition, right? So we'll just start with that. So let's just say, for example, you like, oh yeah, I heard it was the 50 years of D&D. Maybe you have no idea that the little books here in the background were printed in 1974. It's 50 years later. Wow. I think in 1974 I was probably in elementary school. Anyway, and Traveler came out in what 1977. So hey, the big idea here is I want to do content for this year to celebrate D&D 50 years. But I don't really want to do it the way that Wizards of the Coast is doing it, because if you go to their website, they're still like talking about nothing. Like there is a posting, like a web posting that talks about what they're going to do this year. It's really kind of disappointing, and I don't want to just bash on the guys, but it's really disappointing because this stuff wouldn't even be here unless the original version of the game had ever been released. And they still got this picture from the movie from Honor Among Thieves, and if you look at their website, it's like, what is Dungeons and Dragons and D&D starter set, and before you know it, begin your adventure. So it's still the standard, you know, regular old commercial website, right? You have to dig around to find this. And I don't know who Michael Galvis even is, but hey, at least he wrote something. It's in a studio blog, and they say, Dungeons and Dragons turns 50. See how we're celebrating our gold anniversary. This year, Dungeons and Dragons celebrates the 50th anniversary of its first publication, and we have big plans in store. All right. Festivities kick off in March, 3 months into the year, right? A fourth of the year is gone with a tournament-style adventure you can play at your local game store, conventions, or at your home with your friends. What? I mean, there's so many adventures already. Why do we need a tournament-style adventure you can play at your local game store, conventions, or home with your friends? You don't need, I mean, they're going to hire like one dude to write a whatever adventure, and they're going to put some art in it from one of their artists they use all the time and release it. Like, that's not what I call your first, foot out the gate 50-year celebration. We're also giving you a sneak peek at upcoming books and brand partnerships. Remember, I'm in the video game industry. Every word matters. So there's books. Okay, cool. Brand partnerships. I don't know. Is this Funko dolls? What's going on with that? To help you sport your love of D&D, you can download a special 50th anniversary wallpaper for your desktop or mobile device that highlights the kind of stunning art you'll find in the 2024 core rulebooks. This first two sentences are just laced with adjectives to make up for the fact there's not really much there. I'm sorry, but wallpapers are a dime a dozen. People have been making wallpapers since CompuServe in 1990. So that's cool, whatever. A free wallpaper, a venture that's coming out 3 months late, right? You should have kicked off January the 4th with this stuff. But he talked about books. Now, books, we all love books. If you're a D&D player or a Traveler player or a Pathfinder player, any kind of RPG you love, we love, love, love having rule books. It's a peek inside the designer's mind, etc. So click below to learn about what's in store for this year. Okay, download the 50th anniversary wallpaper. Here's a picture preview of it here. I'm like, okay. All right, okay, that's it? It's just like a chrome dragon and a bunch of confetti? Okay, whatever. Okay, that's fine. I have no idea what the hell that has to do with anything. Where's the players? Where's the heroic, element of that? D&D play events and conventions. I don't care. I don't want to go play events and conventions and travel. D&D is a game you play with your friends, whether online or in your house or conventions. Conventions is like this cosplay mess. It's really weird. So I don't really care about that. You do events and conventions in the first place. Upcoming D&D book releases. Hey, we want to double click on that and find out what that is. And partnerships for new D&D merch, which is just junk to buy like t-shirts and coffee mugs probably, but let's not be a weenie about it, and let's just see what the upcoming D&D books part looks like. Okay, so we're greeted with this you have to scroll down. Okay, so there's events, whatever. So they're going to travel and have a bunch of events at PAX West, which already is an event that happens anyway, and they go to Gary Con, all this kind of crap. So you get this picture which looks like a Demilich Vecna or something like that. I have no idea what that's about. This year, we're expanding the way you enjoy D&D. Below is a calendar releases of product descriptions to follow. Vecna, Eve of Ruin. Now remember, Vecna is the lich at the bottom of the Tomb of Horrors, considered one of the most unbalanced or the most exciting and most terrible high-level adventures you've ever done. I did a massive deep dive on the Tomb of Horrors. I like the adventure. I think it's fun because it's not just hack and slash. Who cares about caves outside of town with orcs and goblins? Like, keep on the Borderlands. Like, get out of here. The making of the original Dungeons and Dragons 1970 to 77. This is not getting released till June. Like, you knew this was coming. You had to wait till June to release a book about it? I mean, who's writing this book? I mean, is there a preview about the book? What's up with the book? Oh, it's just a bunch of text. Delves into the history behind the games in session. John Peterson, one of the game's most foremost historians. Okay, whatever. So a book will come out halfway through the year when we've forgotten about it anyway. Okay, so, here we go. September, November, and February of next year, you're releasing the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and Monster Manual? It's like, wait a minute. You already have an edition. You're not releasing a new edition, so what are you releasing? Oh, it's just some more text. Revises and adds to the 5th edition. More player options, new art. Must have, so it's a collector book. The ultimate resource for Dungeon Masters lands this fall. You'll have more tools to run epic D&D games and level up your craft. Okay, the Monster Manual. The following year, roll for initiative against more monsters with 2025 Monster Manual, exploring the greatest selection of foes ever assembled and encountered on play. I'm like, there's nothing. Oh my God, that sounds so freaking negative. You know, if I was a creative director of that franchise, we would have had this stuff planned out the year in advance. Like, there is so much magic in 1974 with that original box set being released. And if you can't redo it like you redid the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons books in 2012, right? They re-released, the AD&D Player's Handbook, the AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide, the AD&D Monster Manual as celebration books, right? They released those years ago, reprints. They're totally clean. To give people a way of getting copies of those old books released in 1977 without having to go to eBay and pay $1,500 for them. So you aren't even celebrating the actual this. You're not celebrating that. You're celebrating what you have now, and some of it's not going to come out till next year. It's just... And partnerships. Okay. Let's get them. Converse footwear and apparel. Yes, at 58 years old, there's nothing I want further than a pair of Converse runners. Yeah, that have have 5D, 50D, and Lego building set complete with minifigures. Well, if you're a grandfather by now and you have a grandson, maybe that's treats from Pop-Tarts to enjoy during your... What the hell? It's just like, what are you doing, man? This is like this so much in the video game industry, so much in tabletop role-playing games, so much in movies and film and novels and fiction and Iron Maiden songs, and everything is interconnected to the fantasy outburst that happened in the Sword and Sorcery era of the late 60s and early 70s with Fritz Leiber and Conan the Barbarian and other Sword and Sorcery style books like Elric of Melibone. And then Dungeons and Dragons comes along out of the war gaming era and creates this fantastical, simple little game system that catches on, and with a referee and players sitting at the table, vicariously taking on the roles of players and playing the game. Sounds like I get it, right? Like, I get it. I mean, I'm just a dude that loves to play the game, right? I'm not confused. We don't need product lines. So, what would you do? All right. That's enough of me complaining about them. It doesn't look like they're doing much at all, but some basic cash grabby times stuff that's okay. I don't really want any Pop-Tarts, okay? So, what would you do? Like, a lot of the guys and girls that come to this channel here, you're old school players. You're probably around my age, a little younger. You love the old stuff. You have nostalgia for the old games. Maybe you like Traveler, maybe you like Pathfinder. Like, what would you do? Like, you're in charge of the whole thing. Would you reprint these original books? Absolutely. Surely you own the license to them by now. It's not going to steal the thunder of 5th edition. You could release this massive, revitalized box set that basically shuts down the collector's edition that's on eBay, and do the same thing you did in 2012 by re-releasing reprints that are super clean of the original box set, right? You could release adventures specifically written for some of the famous designers that worked on the game in the very, very beginning, just tailored to this original version of the game, right? You could do a re-release of this version, the basic set, AD&D, 3.5, 4.0. You could release the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master Guide, combination books for every single one of these editions. This massive if you're a Led Zeppelin fan or Black Sabbath fan or Iron Maiden fan or any musician that you like Sting, I don't know who you like, but usually Rush, every 10 years or so, they release this massive, huge, cool box set. Like, why don't you just make this incredible box set with beautiful reprints of everything? Like the 3 core books for every edition except for 5th edition, unless you want to change the covers. It looks like you're redoing the books anyway, but you're not really, half of them aren't being, I mean, one of them's not being released till 2025. It'll be the 51st year by then. So there's so many things you could do if you really got it. And I sometimes wonder if these guys are paying attention. I think they are paying attention. I think they're more interested in, archetype and doing their science fiction game right now than anything else. But I'm really disappointed. I have to say I'm disappointed. Okay, what can we do on this channel to be fun and cool and entertaining and free for you that you can take advantage of besides videos? Maybe we should write some adventures for these things. Maybe we should do a deep dive into OD&D. Maybe we'll do a deep dive into the basic edition that comes in a box set. What do you want? You tell me what you want in the comments below. It's the 50th year of D&D. It's already like February the 14th. Today's Valentine's Day. There's only like 11 months left, 10 and a half months left. What can I do to help us celebrate 50 years of D&D in a cool way that only classic DM kind of style stuff can do? Besides this, we've all now established that this is relatively lame, right? I mean, it's not even the remaster, right? So this is relatively lame. What can we do to not be relatively lame? So leave a comment below. Tell me what you want to see. Do you want to see play sessions? Do you want to see deep dives into the books? Do you want to understand what separates one edition from the next? Do you want a deep analysis like I did with 4th edition last July? Do you want to see something new? Do you want me to take Decimation, Kingdoms, and Empires and add spellcasting to it and make my own version of the original D&D? What do you want to see? So let me know in the comments, what do you think would be cool? And after about 30 days, I'll come back and tell you what the plan's going to be, because I want to do something to celebrate D&D. I started this channel 6 years ago because I missed playing the game so much, and it's been a lot of fun along the way. So leave your comment. Let me know what you want to do so we can make sure that other people out there who really grew up with D&D are getting something cool, whether it's a free adventure or a new character class, anything. Throw your ideas out there, and let's make it happen. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging out. I really wish that the D&D guys would take it to 11, but that's okay. We can. All right? We'll talk to you later. See ya.